proud member of the Ship Share program, encouraging travelers to save resources and fly together.
Hello, Griffin Gaming RPG here, and thank you for stopping by today. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was about to launch right at 1:45, and the game decided to crash, so I had to do a couple restarts and finally got everything back up and running. Today we are continuing with my series on Star Citizen 101. I'm really doing this series as a way of letting people know more about Star Citizen, those who are new to the game. Those of you vets out there who have been into it for a while, this will be probably a waste of time for you. But if you're interested in Star Citizen and got questions about it, hey, feel free, drop me a question. I will definitely take a look at my screen from time to time and see if you've got a question there for me. And if I can answer it, I will. I am by no means an authority on the game, but I've been following it since 2014, and I think I know a few things, and hopefully it'll help you. Today we're doing a tour of Port Olisar. Port Olisar is the latest module that was released for Star Citizen. Originally, when Star Citizen first started out, we had a module which was called the Hangar module, which is a place where you could check out ships. You couldn't fly them, but you could go inside of them and take a look around and see them in their early development. Then after that, they developed an area called Arena Commander, which is another area in space where you could test fly the ships. There was also a race area that they created called the Murray Cup, and then they released what they call a social module, which is basically a planet-side module of the game where players could meet up, talk, chat, and get a feel of what it'll be like to be on the surface of a planet, move around. And now we're in this latter stage, which is Port Olisar, which is a space station that is in orbit around a planet called Crusader. And from here, what you can do is meet people, and you can also, any ships you own, you can call them up and you can board them and fly around this particular system. You can also meet up with friends, and they can assist you by either flying on your ship in a multi-crew status. Maybe you're piloting, maybe they're handling weapons, someone else is handling engineering, someone else is handling shields, or they can each one of you can get in your own ships and fly as a group. We're going to do some risky stuff today. It's a Saturday afternoon. Usually there are a lot of people on board this time of day, and so what we're going to do is hopefully be able to make it just around Port Olisar. Then maybe later I'll get on again and venture out into space and go to one of the particular stations and do a tour there. Hopefully we'll be able to do that, but for now we're just going to focus in on Port Olisar. So this room you're in right now that you're seeing is basically your starter room. This is the room where you wake up, and it's kind of like I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to say it's a rental room, but there's a bed here that you wake up from. You're lying down when you start up. This is how you look when you're inside of it. This is climbing back inside the bed. The key I'm using, or the keystrokes that I'm using to move around in the game, are F. F is basically the use key, and if you ever want to get out of something, you will do Control F, and that will be the way to release or let go or move away from something in the game, or put something down. So that's the same thing for getting into a cockpit of an aircraft, things of that nature. Getting out of the seat, you would use Control F, but F basically implements using or doing something. So if we look around our room, we see there's ventilation, there's a desk over here with a suitcase and a chair, some ammo there. What else is there? A little drawer there, I don't know, storage area. And also be aware, once again, the Star Citizen is still in an alpha stage, so it's still under development, and there's still a lot to be done. But there's a lot that has been done. So we look over here. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like I'm not really sure what that is down there. Let me see if I crouch, if I can see what that is. I don't know. Can't tell. Something futuristic, whatever it is. Alright, so we're going to head out and go into the port. So we're going to go through this door, and you can see there's already somebody standing out here who's looking at me, and we're looking at him. This is one side of what they call Easy Hab, and basically each person who starts in the game, I'm going to turn around here, comes out of one of these little rooms. You can see that's the one we came out of, but there are rooms that line down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like there are about 9 of them on each side. Am I counting right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 to 10. So each person comes out of one of these rooms. You can only go back into your room. You can't enter into anyone else's room. Well, if I open the door, you can go in that room. As you can see, the door opens. Alright, but we're going to make our way downstairs. This is a door that I don't remember before, but this is women, so I guess this is a restroom. Yeah, looks like it. Men's and women's restrooms. And here's the infamous Big Benny's noodles machine that everybody's going crazy about right now. You'll find out more about Big Benny's as you play the game or get involved in the game. And we're going to take this exit downstairs. Looks like my frame rate is slowing down a little bit here. Again, even though there are 9 compartments on that side, directly on the opposite side of us, on this same floor, we're on the 3rd level, are more units where people can come up to start the game. Okay, so again, we're going to go downstairs to level 1. Currently, there's nothing on level 2 that we're able to access, but there is a level 2. And as I always say, or deck 2, with anything with Star Citizen, if there's something in the game that's detailed, that usually means that it will be used at some point. So, if we go into this area here, there's a huge hologram, and you can see that is Crusader, the largest planet that's orbiting there, and you can see the space station that's orbiting around it. And we're just going to look around here. You can see it's a fairly large room, multiple doors surrounding it, and each of these doors leads to a different deck area where you can board aircraft. So there's deck 1 all the way through deck 10 on this particular side. Let's see, there are 4 deck areas, A, B, C, and D, which when we get outside, hopefully we'll be able to take a look at and give you an idea of how large this station is. But right now, that is being projected down. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's see, this is deck 1, and I want to say that probably, yeah, if we look at the sign there, it says landing pads 1 through 4 are this way. So I want to take you this way first and let you see what the landing pads look like. And when you come out to this area here, there's like a waiting area here, because obviously this is a port. And if you go to the windows, you can actually look out and see the landing decks. There's spot 4, spot 3, and that is Crusader in the background. They recently did an update. This is version 2.3 of the game. They've made the system a little bit larger than it was previously. And if you notice here, it says we're going up to strut B, landing pads 1 through 4. So kind of keep that in mind again. This says depressurize. We're going to open this door here, which is going to pressurize. It's cycling right now. And we're going to go inside. Going to push F again here. This room is now going to depressurize. And again, we're out here on strut B, landing pads 3 through 4, and 1 and 2. So we're going to go through 1 and 2. I'm going to actually put us in a walk state instead of a running state. That way things can go by a little bit slower in case you're not familiar with this. There is gravity on the station, but we are in an environmental suit right now, so take into consideration that there is no oxygen out here. And there are several ships here. Okay. That's a Cutlass. It's actually a Cutlass Red, which is one of the ships that I'm actually interested in. At least I think it's a Cutlass Red. Or is it a black? I think maybe it's a black. And Cutlass Red says rescue on the side. In fact, I know it's a black because I don't think the Cutlass Red is flyable right now. But if somebody knows something different, let me know. This ship is actually favorited it seems to be favorited by people who are into pirating. And so that's what we're looking at there is a cutlass. But I don't know, that might be a red. It's got the cut off front. It's kind of hard to say. If I could see inside of it, I'd be able to tell you exactly what this is. But I think this is a black because I think a cutlass red has a, let's see, it has a ramp in the back. Yeah, it does. Well, we'll see. Maybe somebody will come by and open it up. Directly across from us, let's see, is one of the 300 series aircraft. I'm going to move a little faster in case this person wants to take off before we get there. And this looks like this is a I-325. Can't tell with the black painting. I think it is though. Yep, it's a 325A. And you may say, well, why do these aircraft look like they are fighter aircraft? Well, there's a lot of influence from military aircraft that the designers used. But these aircraft both fly in both atmosphere as well as space. And so they have to have aerodynamics to be able to fly on a planet as well as fly in zero gravity in space. Again, this is a 325. And the guy's boarding the aircraft over there right now. You can see him going up the ladder as he boards his aircraft. When he fires up the engines, you'll actually see the doors on the aircraft close. Let's see if we can see that. He's drifting a little bit too, if you notice. I'm sure he's getting seated in his aircraft. There you go. The ladders have just gone up. And there he goes. He just fired up his aircraft. Or his spacecraft, I should say. We can also see other aircraft, spacecraft taking off in the background as well. Okay, pretty awesome. Okay, so this is Port Olisar from the outside, and you can see the large rotating. I'm not sure if that's for gravity or whether it's just a design in the game. We'll look around a little bit here. It's a very large station. And again, that's Crusader in the background. And Crusader would be, I guess, almost like the equivalent of a Jupiter type aircraft. And those aren't cities that you're seeing. That's actually a little bug in the game where we're seeing stars through Crusader, but those will be removed in time. And now we're back looking at the pad again. So again, this is pads 1 and 2. We're going to make our way back. Hey, what's going on? Immortal Beast. Alright, let's see. We're going to go downstairs, and we're going to go to pads 3 and 4. Now, most of the pads here can hold almost every aircraft, but there are 2 pads in particular, and that would be pads 9 and 10, that basically hold the larger type aircraft, or spacecraft I should say. We're making our way over to pads 3 and 4. And we're lucky, there's an aircraft here. Alright, you can see once again we're on deck B, or strut B, and landing pad 4. And there's an Aurora parked here. Oh, and there's also a Merlin as well. Now these are single seat aircraft, mainly meant for single pilot to fly. They can be used for everything from interdiction to exploration to carrying light cargo. There's also a luxury version of one of these. They call it a luxury version, the LX. This is also considered a starter ship in the game. And there's a great view of the whole port in the background there. And on this side is a Merlin. This is a single-seater fighter, a snub fighter aircraft that will actually be included with some of the larger ships in the game, particularly ships of the Constellation series, such as the Andromeda, the Taurus, the Aquila, and the Phoenix. Very sharp aircraft. Does not have right now jump capability, so it stays pretty much within the system. Those wings do come down, and it's also kind of a favorite for folks who decide to do the Murray Cup with racing, along with the M50. In the background there's a freelancer that's coming in for a landing. It's pretty awesome. Okay. What is my favorite ship that's out so far? Wow, that is a good question. I own a few. I've got a couple that are in concept right now. I hate to say it, but that Starfarer, which I just got in hangar, I had been anticipating that, and I really, really dig the Starfarer. I don't know, maybe it's just the detail. Of course, haven't flown it yet, so it's hard to say. The thing may, fly like a beast, and I might hate it later, but I was into EVE and EVE Online, and I was into cargo and freighting in that game in particular, so something about the Starfarer really sticks with me as far as doing fueling and cargo, and the risks taken with taking out big ships like that, so I really like that. I also own a Retaliator. The Retaliator is a bit more intimidating to me because it is a 7 crew. They say it's a 6 crew ship, but it actually crews 7. And I'm a little nervous about that thing because it's a bomber, but it's just trying to imagine having that many people on it. I think there are like 5 guns on that ship, and so I almost can't picture taking it out unless I'm definitely with an organization, definitely fully crewed and manned in that ship. But I love it. It's very cool. The design on it is very, very cool. Matter of fact, tell me what your favorite is. I'd like to know what your favorite is so far. I've owned a few small ships, in Aurora LX. I own a Freelancer, which I love also. I love the Freelancer, again, because I like doing cargo and stuff. The revamp they did on it is really great. I didn't like the first version, even though a lot of people liked it. They were really into the whole trucker thing, but the redesign they did on it, it sold me, and so I definitely like that a lot. Thinking about getting which ship? The Freelancer? Which one are you talking about? Go to the other side here while you're typing. Okay, so continuing with our tour, as I mentioned, on this side of the station are pads 1 through 4, and over here is 5 through 8. And again, we're just on deck B, and I said there are 4 decks, A, B, C, and D. But behind me are the 2 larger pads, and these are pads 9 and 10. And let me just go out to the window here, the waiting area here, and you can see what it looks like. A lot of times when I want to meet up with people to do multi-crew, I'll come here and see if one of the larger aircraft is here. That could be a Retaliator, it could be a Constellation. The Andromeda. Yeah, Andromeda's fabulous. Yes, and the Avenger is very cool. The Avenger was my first ship that I got. And I love that ship. Very, very cool. I like the design on it. It's got the nice sleek design. So we're going to go out to pad 9. And again, I'm walking, guys. I'm not running, because for those of you who've never seen the game, I don't want to run by too fast and you miss some details here. But we're going to go back into our little pressurization area here. Cycling. And we're going to hit F once again. F to use. Pressurize. Depressurizing. And we're going to go out to launch pad number 9, and you can see the design is a little different on these. On 9 and 10 you come right out and you're on the pad, and again, these pads are for the larger aircraft, or spacecraft I should say. Again, here's another view, and I hate to say it, but when you see videos of this, it looks really great, but it's not until you actually get it in the game that it really, really kind of blows you away at the size and the immensity of this game. So this is pad 9, and on that side over there is pad 10. Now, that's mostly all that we have on the interior. I've shown you the waiting areas, and we're going to go back in and take a look at another area in just a second of where we would actually select a ship if we wanted to fly. But what I want to do is show you the size of the station itself. And so I'm going to jump off here and hopefully be able to just fly up and let you see how large the station is. So I'm going to step on the gas here a little bit. Make my way up. If you want to see what it looks like here, guys, I can give you an idea. Alright, and we're going to turn around. And that should give you a bird's eye view. This is strut B. This is the building we were in, and you can see all 10 of the pads there. But again, that is not the entire station. If we go to this opposite side here, that's strut A. And there are 10 pads there. And again, strut D with 10 pads. And strut C with 10 pads. So we're talking about 40 ships on this station that can depart at any given time. Okay. So again, you can see the size of the station. Bear with my EVA flying here. But it gives you an idea of the size. And there's some spacecraft that are landing right there. There's an I-300I is landing. Alright, we're going to go back down to strut D where we were. We've got a couple ships down there now. There's a freelancer. We'll start making our way down. And hopefully we won't come down too hard and give ourselves a concussion. You can see the shields light up around it there a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. And we're coming down. And by the way, you can hurt yourself in the game, so you have to be very careful. There we go. Let's see. Am I going to be able to walk? Yeah, there we go. Alright, and if you look on the bottom right there, you can see there's an image with a little heartbeat monitor going. If you get hurt, you'll see it on your body reflected. Sometimes it'll be yellow, sometimes it'll be red, but it means that you've been injured in the game. But I came down pretty softly, so I didn't hurt myself too much. There's another Aurora. So let's go pick a ship. I'll show you the process of how you select a ship and board. Again, thanks for stopping by my channel. We're just, yeah, it is pretty large. Sinistry, it is pretty large. We're going to go back and select a ship. I'm going to show you the process of doing that. And that'll pretty much wrap up our tour of the station. Okay. So I don't get confused here as to which door. I'm going to go through this one here. Alrighty. And these... Well, she just told you. Just press the screen to continue. So we're going to push F again. And this is a list of the ships that I have available to me. The more ships you have, obviously, they will be reflected in the game. Some of the ships that are here because I don't have them and they're still in concept, such as the Andromeda. If you have a large ship, they give you other ships as replacement ships. Same thing here with the Merlin. So let's pick. Let's see. What do we want to pick here? Somebody tell me a ship to pick. Which ship should I pick, guys? The Aurora, the Freelancer, the Retaliator, the Hornet, the Constellation, or the Merlin? Anybody got any suggestions? Maybe there's a ship we haven't seen. We've seen a Freelancer. We've seen an Aurora. Oh, I guess I'll pick them. Let's see what we got here. Let's do... okay, we'll do the Andromeda. We'll do a large one since we know that was available. At least I hope it's available. Here we go. B10. So again, I hit Control F to break away from that station. And we're going to head out to pad 10. Now if you notice right in front of me, there's a blue marker that says RSI Constellation, 62 meters. Once you've selected a ship or you have a ship, that floating icon is always there for you to be able to locate your ship. Particularly if you're in a building, you'll be able to know basically what orientation or direction you need to go to find your ship. Otherwise, you can definitely get lost in the game. Again, we're pushing F to use when we can find our use. There we go. And out here is our Constellation Andromeda waiting for us. And you can see this is a pretty large ship. In fact, it was the largest ship in the game until just recently when the Misk Starfarer was released. But you can see this is a large ship. And holds cargo. There are different reasons for these ships, or different purposes for these ships, I should say. Some are for cargo. Most of them all carry cargo, but one's for exploration, one specifically for cargo, one's a luxury craft. We're going to open that door by pushing F. And this elevator's been modified since the original elevator was in. We're going to push F again and make our way up. Okay, and we are now inside. So basically this is the game. I'll give you a little bit of tour of the ship since we're here. At least I'll try to. This is the cargo area in the rear of the ship. Someone might board while we're here, so if they do when we take off, it's okay because we're just doing a tour. And here's the side emergency airlocks. These will be interesting because later in the game, when people want to board your ship. Oh, okay. Thanks, Immortal. No problem, buddy. We picked the same thing. If someone wants to board your ship, that may be one of the ways that they can access your ship, or through those airlocks. And they're going to make it so that the actual doors are locked, but they'll also make it where people can hack into them, or possibly use explosives to get into your ship. And so you'll have to defend your ship on occasion as well. This rear part of the ship is where the PT, or the Merlin, if you look down there below, would normally be placed. And so if someone needed to help defend your ship, one of your crew members would come back here, they would board the Merlin, and they would take off. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how that turns out too. Again, here's the cargo area, and you can see it's a pretty large cargo area. It's almost, I want to say it's almost a little bit smaller than the Freelancer. I'm going to have to check the square footage on it, but I think the Freelancer may have just a little bit more. It's kind of hard to say. I don't know. I have to look at the square footage on the cargo holds on both these ships. These panels here that you see along the side will also be used. See, this says shield generator. And so if your ship gets damaged and your shields go down, your crewmen can come back here and replace certain circuit boards and get the shields back up and running. Up here is also the carriage for the missiles on the outside of the ship. There are two arms on both the port and starboard of this ship that fire missiles, and this reloads them from in here. These weren't originally in the original Andromeda concepts that we had earlier. They added these later. There's a little panel there. And again, as I said earlier, anytime CIG puts in some detail somewhere, it usually means it'll be functional in some way or other. This panel here opens and closes the cargo area. Yeah, we're still on the station. Nobody took off yet. Okay. And this brings it back up. All I'm doing is pushing F once again. On the Aquila, there'll actually be a little module, or lunar module kind of ship. Car that you'll be able to drive on planets for exploration. That'll be in that area. Here are both the sleeping area as well as escape pods on the ship. There are 4. This is an eating area. See if I can activate that without freaking the ship out. There we go. Okay, the table's not working. It was working at one point, but at least I sat down. And if I want to stand up, you have to hit Control F to get up out of that position. Again, there are other control panels in this area. If there are damage to your systems, you have to be replaced. Not sure what this door is here. Let's make our way to the front of the ship. And in here, we've got, I'm not going to do a full tour of the Constellation. We'll do that on another video. But here's the above and below turret area. and then the piloting area here in the front. So we're going to stop right here for now. Again, this is my tour of Port Olisar. We'll do a tour of the ships a little bit later, but I definitely appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you learned a little bit about Star Citizen today. And if you like what you saw, please do follow me. Usually my schedule's on here as well. I'm still kind of new to the whole Twitch thing, but I'm getting there, and I really appreciate you sharing the time with me this afternoon. So I look forward to seeing you again, and definitely check out Star Citizen. Go to robertsspaceindustries.com and get your ship. Get in on the alpha. Things are good right now. Have a good one. Take care.